Hey guys, if you're an engineering student who's worried that you have a low GPA and you're getting close to the end of college and going to be applying for jobs, I have a little bit of advice for you. If you have a low GPA, and I would consider low, anywhere below like 3.2, let's say, or 3.0, then this is for you. So, I have a simple framework and a little couple pieces of advice to give you about low GPA. First thing is the framework. So, an easy way to remember this is think of ABC. Okay, acknowledgement, bridge to improvement, and capability. Okay, so number one, acknowledge the low GPA. A big mistake that I think people make is leave the GPA off the resume because they're afraid that it's low and it's going to impact them. I think leaving it off creates more worry and suspicion. You just open the door for a recruiter or someone to say, oh, they must have left their GPA off because it's like a 1.5 or it's something really terrible, right? So always remember, like, nobody accidentally omits a 4.0 GPA or a 3.8 or 3.9, right? So put it on there, own it. It's your GPA. A few key points about that. If your core GPA in your engineering curriculum is more than your overall GPA, list that as well. So let's say your overall is a 2.7, but your core is a 3.1. Put your core on there, okay? So that's the acknowledge part. Own it. If you're at a recruiting event, you can explain you went through whatever situation you went through that caused a low GPA. If there's an extenuating life circumstance, I've coached people and known people who there was a death in the family, a parent passed away, the family went through a divorce, so they were in a family business, whatever it is, right? So acknowledge it, own it. Number two is bridge. So to greener pastures. Talk about how you've improved since then. A lot of people, their low GPA comes from early on they had trouble in school. Talk about what you've done since then. You could even show how much it's increased since you when it first got low. Talk about classes that you did really good in. And the last one is capability, right? So try to highlight if you have some core engineering classes that you got A's in, if you have some projects you got A's in, you've got internships that you got recommendations from, really try to make this recruiter or person understand that although you had a low GPA, you have recovered, you learned from it, you've improved a lot since then. Yes, it's still a little bit low, but here are the areas where you're very strong and capable. And the last piece I would say is also don't sweat it too much. Once you get into the working world and you have a job, nobody asks about your GPA after that. So even though you might not, it's possible that your dream job, your dream company has a cutoff of GPA that you just cannot overcome. You can get a job somewhere else, and after a year or 2 years, perform really high. You could move up in that company or move to your dream company because once you have some work experience, nobody ever in your life is going to care about your GPA ever again. I promise. And if they do, don't work there.